Hey, I'm Fucci and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. Today we're flexing our muscles in the tiny kitchen. No, not these muscles, these muscles! Otherwise known as moules in France. We're making them the traditional French way with garlic, shallots, a little white wine, and a touch of cream. This one's guaranteed to work out. No pain, all gain, cause it's time to bring it. So what you're gonna need are mussels, white wine, olive oil, salt and pepper, parsley, thyme, garlic, a shallot, butter, and cream. You'll also need a Dutch oven or large pot, silicone spatula, paring knife, and a sharp knife. French mussels are one of my most memorable dishes. It was the first time out of the country. I traveled to France with my buddy Cross, and I remember sitting at a cafe in the middle of Paris, and I love seafood, so I ordered the mussels. I was not prepared for how amazing they would be. I remember just sopping up all the broth with this crusty baguette. It was so good. Fast forward a few years later, I was back in Paris with a few other friends, and I was trying desperately to find that same place. I couldn't find it, but we stumbled across another cafe that had amazing mussels, and they served it alongside of French fries, which was okay by me. Now, the key to really good mussels is getting really good mussels. They should smell like the ocean and not overly fishy. Now, I prefer farm-raised variety over the wild-caught. That's just a personal preference. I think they're just a little bit more mild in flavor, also more consistent in size and taste. Now, you want to make sure that all your mussels are alive. You see this guy, he's open. We just go ahead and press it, and it closes right up, so he's still alive, so that's great. If he doesn't close up, then go ahead and toss it. It's not worth the risk. Now you want to remove this beard that sticks out the top part of the mussel. This is known as the byssus thread, and that's what the mussel uses to attach itself to a hard surface. You can go ahead and use a paring knife to get this out. Sometimes I just like to go in there with my fingers and try first. It comes out a little bit easier that way. So I finished debearding the mussels. We're gonna get on with the rest of the ingredients, beginning with the shallot. Take off the outer paper. I'm going to cut this in half, keeping the root intact. Just like I do with a larger onion, I'm going to go in slicing vertical strips along the length of the shallot. Give it a quarter turn, and we got the perfect mince. And then next, I'm going to just slice the garlic into little rings. Transfer that to our bowl. And last, I'm going to finely mince our parsley. We're going to use this as a garnish at the very end. Transfer this back to our dish, and at this point, we can head back to the stove. So we've got our Dutch oven over medium heat. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Then we'll add our shallots and our garlic. Throw in our thyme sprigs. Let those start to pop and fry up. A little bit of salt and some pepper. Mix this up. Oh, and instantly you're already starting to smell the great marrying of the flavors between the thyme and the garlic and the shallots. Once they've started to soften, I'm going to go ahead and add the white wine. We'll stir that. That'll get all those little bits from the bottom of the pan. And once it starts boiling, just like that, we're going to add our mussels. And we'll go ahead and cover them up. Now at this point, it's just a waiting game. Literally 3 minutes, we're gonna check it, make sure that they've all popped on open. If they haven't, we'll cook them just a touch longer, but you don't wanna overcook your mussels. That's key, otherwise they're gonna get really rubbery. Let's give it a look. Oh, look at that, they've all popped open. I'll just go ahead and scoop them out, leaving in all of the juice. And now we're gonna work on the sauce. I'm gonna turn this up just a touch. We're gonna add the heavy cream. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of times when you add dairy to wine, it can curdle. That's why we're using heavy cream. It tends to be a little bit more stable, so it won't curdle. Now, by all means, you can leave out the heavy cream if you want a lighter dish. Stir it up. We'll let that cook for just a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and add the butter to the sauce. Now you could actually reduce the amount of butter that you add or just completely leave it out if you wanted to make it a healthier dish. We're gonna let that melt and then we'll plate it up. So check this out, we poured the sauce on top of our mussels, finished it off with some parsley and served it alongside some crusty bread. Look at this, you got your own little built-in utensil. That is so good. Go get the recipe for this. You won't be disappointed. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try this recipe, please let us know about it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, I'm Fucci, reminding you that if I can make mussels in a kitchen this tiny, you can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen, Big Taste. That's strong! And if it closes up, you know he's still alive. And if he doesn't, you were alive before!